Tashana loved Mondays. On Mondays she walked the long way home from school with her mum, the way that went past Rainbow Village. Tashana knew that Rainbow Village was the most beautiful place in the county. It was big with a wall that ran around it, and every house door was painted a different color with matching curtains. It was full of people, but they didn't rush around like Mum always did. They sat very still or walked very slowly. Tashana liked that. "Can't we go this way every day?" Tashana asked Mum. "I wish we could," said Mum, "but I have work to do." Tashana sighed. Mum always had work to do. When the weather grew warm and sunny, everyone in Rainbow Village opened the windows of their houses. Tashana tugged at her mum's arm as they passed by Rainbow Village. "Look, Mum, look," she said. "Come along, Tashana," Mum said. Tashana made up stories about Rainbow Village. "Did you see that man looking out of the blue house?" she asked. "Well, he looks after the sky. When the weather is grey, he gets his broom and sweeps the clouds away." "Oh, Tashana," Mum said, but she was smiling. The following week, Tashana saw a woman outside the red house. "Look, Mum," she said, "the woman takes care of all the berries in the world. When they're green and hard, she blows very softly, and shamia shamia, they turn red, sweet, and juicy." Mum stopped for a moment to look. "Fancy that," she said. A week after that, someone waved to Tashana from the greenhouse. "Oh," said Tashana, "oh, did you see that? He waved at me." Mum laughed and asked Tashana, "Does he have a story?" Tashana raised her eyebrows. "Perhaps he does. He tiptoes out at night, touching the trees with his fingers, and the leaves grow green and beautiful." The following week, Tashana saw the notice. It was on the gate entrance to Rainbow Village. Tashana knew it was special because it had a rainbow on it. "What does it say?" she asked Mum. Tashana could hardly speak. "Mum," breathed Tashana, "does that really mean that we can go in? Really?" Mum nodded. "That's right." "Will we see the red house and the blue house and all the other houses?" Mum suddenly stopped. "Oh, Tashana," she said, "I don't think we can come on Saturday." Tashana stared at Mum. "But we must," she said. Mum took Tashana's hand and led her to a bench nearby. "Tashana," she said, "Rainbow Village isn't what you think. It's not anywhere magic. It's just a sheltered housing complex for very old people. Some are ill, so they have nurses to look after them." Tashana shook her head. "I still want to go," she said. "I know it's magic. You'll see." Mum sighed. "Well, I suppose I can find the time. We can't stay long, though." When Saturday came, Tashana was up very early. Mum, where are my red hair ribbons? Where's my green skirt and my yellow socks?" "Tashana," said Mum, "I've had a hard week. Rainbow Village Open Day doesn't start until 12 o'clock. Let's have some peace and quiet." Tashana crept away and dressed quiet. Finally, it was 12 o'clock. Can we go? Can we go now?" Tashana begged, and she picked up her bag. It was full. "What have you got there?" Tashana's mum asked. "A book and a puzzle. They're presents for the Rainbow people." "Tashana," Mum said, "the people in Rainbow House are very old. They may not want your books." Tashana held on to her bag. "They will. You'll see," she said. Tashana and her mum walked through the gates and up the path leading to Rainbow Village. Together they went to the outdoor communal area where all the residents of Rainbow Village were relaxing and enjoying the sun. Immediately, Tashana saw a woman dressed in red. She approached her. "Hello," she said. "My name's Tashana." "That's a pretty name, dear," said the woman dressed in red. "My name's Rose, and this is Magenta." Oh, Tashana's face lit up like sunshine. "You've even got rainbow names. I told my mum this place was magic." A man sitting nearby growled, Magic? He said crossly. No magic here, silly little child. Hush, Carlton, Rose said quickly. And what's this book you've brought, dear? It's a present, Tashana said. Look, I'll show you. Carlton scowled. Book? Book? How can we read books? The print's too small. And he turned his back on Tashana. It's my favourite, Tashana told Rose, but I want you to have it, because it's all about rainbows and colours. Violet suddenly leaned forward. Goodness gracious, she exclaimed. I can read the words. So can I, said Rose. Big pictures, big words. Come and see this. No, said Carlton. Tashana went over to Carlton. She dug in her bag. I've got a jigsaw for you. Carlton didn't look at the jigsaw. He held out his hand instead. See that, he said. Tashana saw that his fingers were all swollen. How can I do jigsaws? Tashana smiled her biggest smile. But Mr. Carlton, she said, you can. Look. This time Carlton looked. Tashana was spreading the pieces of jigsaw on an outdoor table. They were very big pieces. Ah, Carlton said, as he carefully picked up one piece and slotted it onto another. Ah, it's a good jigsaw, isn't it, Mr. Carlton? Carlton nodded and put another piece in place. You're very smart, he said. But I'm Mr. Green, not Mr. Carlton. Tashana bounced all the way back to her mum. Mum, I was right. There's a rose, a magenta, a violet, and a Mr. Green, and they love my book. And the jigsaw, look. Rose was reading, Carlton was doing the jigsaw, and everyone else was trying to see what was going on. Magenta stroked Tashana's hand. You've certainly brought some joy here today, young lady. Tashana, asked Mum as they were leaving, weren't you sad not to see the Sky Man and the Berry Lady? But I did, said Tashana. They were all there. Were they? Asked Mum, surprised. Are you sure? Of course they were, she said. But they have to look like ordinary people on the outside. Inside, they're really rainbow people, and they're magic. Mum laughed until she shook all over. Do you know, Tashana, Mum said, I think that you're a bit of a rainbow person yourself. Good, said Tashana, as she skipped all the way home.